A word of caution. If you're easily antagonized by a blunt force trauma of facts, figures, and objective reality, I'd suggest you give this one a miss. In my effort to, let's say, meet a diversity quota, we're going to look at the insane ramblings of some black woman on CNN. The other day, I shared a meme that stoked a lot of emotion. That's not saying much. Black women get emotional at a young boy not liking dark-skinned women, and no, that's not a joke. In it, there are pictures of 3 superstar athletes: tennis player Naomi Osaka, gymnast Simone Biles, and track and field sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson, along with a sign that reads, "Y'all not gon' stress us out, black women everywhere." The idea that all black women share the same experience just based on their skin color is one of the dumbest things I'll read in the next 60 seconds. That last line, way to defy the stereotype. There are so many blacks in America who get their asses kicked by the English language on a daily basis. They're the only group of people that will call speaking English properly talking white. Thanks for thinking so highly of us, but that makes no damn sense because every immigrant who goes to the United States does that same thing. No other group gets chastised for having a high command of the English language. That should give you an indication of why so many blacks are at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder. They give each other hell for a skill that would make you a better person in the eyes of literally everyone else in the entire population except for them. All 3 also have something in common which I very much understand: the struggle women of color face in exercising self-care. Is this woman honestly trying to compare herself with the expectations of world-class athletes? Judging by your thumbnail, the only thing you take care of is ensuring a clean set of plates at the end of a 4-course meal. As I wrote in the caption of the meme I shared on Instagram, it's hard being a black woman. What? Give me a fucking break. There is literally no one else in the US who gets their asses kissed and cuddled more by the mainstream than black women. You can say and do no wrong. You are held to no standard. You can say the most divisive shit, dumbest shit, do the most irresponsibly reckless shit, and still get praised for it. We are supposed to save relationships, families, elections, communities, democracy, and basically the world, all while exhibiting black girl magic. Black girl magic in this instance seems to mean conjure up bullshit. I don't even know where to begin. Relationships and families. What families? Less than 30% of black women in America get married. You have the highest out-of-wedlock birth rate in the entire United States, almost 75%, a third more than the next group, and give or take about 3 times that of whites. And considering whites outnumber blacks about 5 to 1, that family narrative is bullshit. What's next? Elections, communities, and democracies. What communities have you made better? What black females have uplifted black communities out of poverty and made them better? Name one. You can't even keep your own one together. Generally speaking, the phrase black neighborhood does not conjure up a wholesome American white picket fence kind of vibe, you know. How the hell did you get to that conclusion? You don't have the population to do any of those. What are you, about 7 to 8% of the population? Over 90% of which votes for one fucking party. You're not saving anything. You are simply a highly gullible, dependable voting bloc for one particular group of power-hungry sociopathic politicians who call themselves Democrats. So what are you talking about, politicians? The 2 most recognizable black female political figures in the US is a James Brown lookalike and Candace Owens. One is a cantankerous old lech who encourages violent confrontations with their political foes. The other one is Candace Owens. The one has a net worth of nearly $3 million, lives in this mansion, and the other is Candace Owens. If you'd like to write some more BS on how this one is saving democracy and improving the lives of black women everywhere, I am all ears. I'll be glad to give that a thorough ass-kicking as well. Fuck's sake, black girl magic, the only magic trick you do is making fathers disappear. All the while saving the world from what? Black women get more shit from other black women than anyone else. Hell, you have a stereotypical reputation for ratchet behavior, being fat, loud, and stupid. That is not behavior that normal people wish to be associated with. That is something they wish to avoid because it's embarrassing. The heavy load is made worse by the fact that as black women, we are not socialized to give as much care to ourselves as we are expected to give to others. Socialized by whom? You mostly associate with others of your own race. And your heavy lifting is your own weight. Try losing some. I can imagine you were sweating just typing this. Black women are literally expected to be superwomen, from heading households, try getting married to solve that problem, to serving as emotional support for white people who want to be allies, but need our help figuring out how to get there. Yeah, I get the feeling if those cucked-out, guilt-tripping whites were to get the hell away from you and associate with some American first blacks, they'd have no need for your stellar emotional support. A 2018 study titled Beating Opponents, Battling Belittlement: How African American Female Athletes Use Community to Navigate Negative Images from Morgan State University in Baltimore examined how they must navigate both racism and sexism in order to become champions. Okay, I went to go read on some of this crap. One opening line will tell you everything. What we find is oftentimes appearance becomes more important than the playing of the sports. Yeah, and the next line is about slavery. This is how you know the person who wrote this knows nothing at all about sports. These are just sad, miserable bitches who want to cram politics into everything. As a sports fan, I can tell you, we don't give a damn about race. We really don't. Can you kick ass and win? Yes, that's all we want. That is all we care about. For example, it's noted that Serena Williams, arguably the world's greatest tennis player with more than 20 Grand Slam title wins, has been compared to a man and a gorilla. Can you maybe see the objective reason as to why? Stop trying to tap dance around the issue either. She's got the thighs that would rival a powerlifter, for heaven's sakes. Who are these people trying to fool here? Radio host Don Imus called the players on the 2007 Rutgers women's team nappy-headed hoes after they lost to the Tennessee team in the NCAA final. Yeah, and it was funny then, and it's still funny now. And God bless Patrice O'Neal for defending Don Imus.
To say
funny to me.
nappy-headed hoe
Was it funny?
is hilarious.
You'd think with the scathing amount of racism crawling out of the woodwork, you'd find some recent examples of racism, but no. You have to go get an example from more than a decade ago. It's funny, Eazy-E can say, grab the stupid bitch by her nappy-ass weave. No one says shit. But some white guy on the radio says nappy-headed hoe. Oh, just the white privilege oozing from him just makes it so much more lethal. Give me a break. Each of them has already put in the work ethic that has gotten them to the top of their fields, and they owe none of us their talents at the risk of themselves. They wouldn't, even if they weren't champions. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's because of you fucking race-baiting idiots putting race at the forefront of everything. These athletes find it a tall order to bear the colossal amount of expectations currently placed on them, or the scrutiny they'd get if they didn't bring home the gold. And now, you lot have to try and save face for them, even though it's you lot who've put that much pressure on them in the first place. Because I can remember the previous Olympics when Biles won. No one was talking about her race. They were too busy focusing on her kicking ass, like sane sports fans do. And that's my take on that. I can only stomach so much ass in one session. That's all for today. Until next time.